What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time is to talk about Arsenal versus Everton. And wow, what a week it's been. When you really take a step back and take stock, we've gone from, well, I suppose really the Sanchez-Mkhitaryan swap, which I know was slightly over a week ago, but anyway, like if you really just take stock of it, we went from that deal happening to hearing rumours that we were in Germany trying to sort out Aubameyang, to the absolute highs of beating Chelsea and playing really well and deservedly going to the final and going to Wembley, to the absolute pit lows of losing to Swansea on Tuesday, where we just played pathetically. It was played like a bargain basement League 2 team. It was just pathetic. Bear in mind, Swansea at the bottom of the Premier League. It's just like, or were at least. It's just like, what? To 24 hours later, sealing the Aubameyang deal. A deal where, let's be real, if you're an Arsenal fan, you would know that just because we're talking to someone doesn't necessarily mean we're going to complete that signing. So it was a real, almost expected, but yet surprise. It was an expected surprise. To later that same day, hearing that Mesut Ozil had pretty much signed his deal, to 24 hours later for that confirmation to be in place, which has now brought us to today. And all of us, considering we lost our last game to kind of the team at the bottom of the league, Arsenal fans are in decent mood. We're in decent spirits. Going ahead with the game where Theo Walcott comes back into town with Everton. Everton have just started to pick up a little steam. They've shored up the defence. As Sam Allardyce, fair play, that's just what he does. He shores up teams and he makes sure that they play well. I think they're in the top half of the Premier League. The last time I looked, they were 8th. So they're doing stuff. I could be wrong about that. Do check the tables. But yeah, they're doing their thing. Walcott bagged a brace on on Wednesday, and was doing really, really well. And fair play to him, you know. That guy's taken a lot of stick. Don't expect him to get a bad reception at the Emirates. As much as we like to take the piss out of Theo Walcott, ultimately he's done his thing. Fair play to him. He's always been very professional. Never talked shit about the club. Even has since left the club and is still not talking shit about the club. So he's a real consummate pro in that respect. But yeah, it'll be an interesting trip and an interesting test for an Arsenal team who cannot defend. And I think that was the one real criticism that everybody had over this transfer window. Is, yeah, don't get me wrong, Aubameyang's great. Mkhitaryan's great. Where the fuck are the defenders, though? Where's the defensive midfielder, though? And those were the two real sticking points, at least from my perspective. That being said, this would be my 1 to 11 going into that team. Now, obviously, it's all about the idea of playing LMAO together. I know there is some doubts about whether Aubameyang will actually make the game. Some people say that he's ill and that he may not be able to make it. I must admit, I'd be very surprised if he missed an opportunity at a home debut because of illness. It might be a bad one, but I'd be very, very surprised. I suppose it depends what type of illness it is. But we'll see. I'd be surprised if he doesn't make some sort of cameo role. But anyway, this would be my 1 to 11. Petr Cech can sit the fuck down. I play David Ospina. Not that Ospina is particularly better, but let's be real, he's no worse. At least there's an opportunity for him to give him a little bit of a run. And who knows? Just check out the firing line for a little while. I don't expect Wenger to do that, but we'll see. This would be what I do. So Ospina goes in goal for me. I play a back 4 just because we seem to play better with a back 4. So let's not just change what isn't broken. So on the right-hand side, I play Hector Bellerin. I must admit, spoiler alert for the chopping blocks, I'm probably going to put Hector in one for the summer. I'm done with this kid, to be honest. But Hector Bellerin is who I play on the right. My two centre-backs. Oh, gosh. I guess you've got to go with Koscielny or Mustafi. I'd really like Callum Chambers to really stamp his authority on the game at some point soon. I do believe this kid, out of everyone we've seen so far in the defence, could potentially step up and do this thing. I know he had a really bad game away to Chelsea, I think it was. Or was it at Chelsea? I can't remember. But then I felt he recovered really well. People didn't really notice that because they remembered his two errors from before. But to me, I think this kid has it. I do. I really believe he has it. I think it's time to show it because we need defenders, man. We need it. But anyway, Mustafi and Koscielny would be the two I play. Left back, in spite of his horrendous mistake that led to Swansea's second goal, I thought he had a really good game up until then. And has been having a good game. You know, he's our player of the season at the moment. And that's Monreal at the very, very peak of his powers at the moment. Nacho Monreal is who I play left back. Then I played two deep line midfielders. You can't really call them defensive midfielders because I don't think we really have one. I'm not playing LMAO in this game. I think that's a controversial one, but for me, I would play Jack and I'd play what's his name, Ainsley Maitland-Niles next to him. I think potentially that could be a really good combination. And I'd like to see Venda try it at one point, but we'll see. But those would be the two that I play in the middle. On the kind of right-hand side of a number, so LMAO's up, and the right-hand side of that, I'd play Mesut Ozil, just because I believe that when you play him on the left-hand side, he's not as effective, but I noticed coming off the right-hand side, he's been doing really good this season, so don't change what isn't broken. So Mesut Ozil would be who I play. On the left-hand side, I play Mkhitaryan. One thing I didn't get across in my last review was that I actually thought he did really well in his cameo. And he actually played on that left-hand side. Drifted over a couple of nice balls that no one was able to get hold of. And hopefully with Aubameyang in the team, you'd be able to gobble those up a little bit better because they both know how each other plays. So for me, I play Mkhitaryan on that left-hand side. I play Lacazette and Aubameyang up top. I don't think there's any real surprises there. Having said that, when we play slightly bigger teams or teams who are going to be a lot more offensive, I think Aubameyang is the full. I think Lacazette's the full guy. I really do. But until then, I think you just go with the fear factor. We've got these two strikers. Let's terrorise that Everton defence and see what we can do. And I think there are a lot of people that doubt that the two can work together. Let's find out. So I played them both up top. To me, I think if we go with that team, now it all really depends on if Aubameyang is available on Saturday night. And if he isn't, then I go with Ramsey just behind Lacazette. To me, I think that team is good enough to beat Everton. But then again, I thought we were good enough to beat Swansea. So it really depends on what Arsenal shows up. We have been good at home this season. We do have a decent record to Everton at home. So I expect this to be a win, but not necessarily an easy one. I think this will be a 2-1 victory with Lacazette to impress, just to make a point. You guys let me know what you think. Do you believe that we'll win this game? How would you fit in LMAO? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for everyone who subscribed. We're really, really pushing that 2100 mark now. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it pushing. And the best way to do that is by hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it if you guys can do that. Just to give you an idea of what my weekend's going to look like in terms of shows, I'm going to try and do a review on Saturday night. possibly not Saturday night. If I can't do it Saturday night, it'll be Sunday. I was planning to do a show with Lee anyway on Sunday, to do kind of a transfer window roundup. So do stay tuned for that. In fact, yeah, I've just decided I'm going to do a review on Sunday, and I'm going to do a transfer roundup all in the same video. So I'm going to do that with Lee on Sunday. He's already agreed to it, so it's too late now. So, in case he's thinking, oh, great. But yeah, do keep your eye out on that. And the best way of doing that is by hitting that notification bell. And in that way, you won't miss a video I do. And also, if you're on Twitter, do follow me at Colossal Chig. Link is in the description below. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.